everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another entry into the See You Next Tuesday list. That is right. This is the Vault of Horrors in Newcastle United's past, where we pull out all the scary things you could imagine from days gone by. This is episode 11, and it's quite fitting that this is the number that this little shithouse wore when he was a football player before he decided to come and ruin our football club for a small period of time and earn his place in the See You Next Tuesday list. Who am I talking about? Well, you know who I'm talking about. You've asked about him in every single comment practically on all these videos beforehand. Yes, the time has come to talk about he's a very small man. There's a good giveaway. Of course, I'm talking about this little prick who's sitting behind the devil incarnate, Mike Ashley, is Dennis Wise. Yes, Dennis Wise, as a footballer, was synonymously known firstly with Wimbledon as part of the crazy gang, and then at Chelsea, combative midfielder, wasn't a bad footballer to be fair on his day, a little bit of a shithouse on the pitch, didn't mind to tackle everything else, but it was after he finished playing football and how he somehow stumbled his way into Newcastle United's boardroom is where he belongs in this list. So just to jog your memory, certainly for any younger viewers watching this, says Dennis Wise, when the hell was he in Newcastle? So Dennis Wise came into Newcastle, I think it was 2008-2009. He came in as part of the New Look management team. That was trying to tell Kevin Keegan how to do his job, so which was very strange. He very much formed part of the Cockney Mafia and never sat well really with any of the fans that this little shithouse was up there at all. Obviously, some of the southern-based journalists thought it was wonderful because they all thought Dennis Wise was brilliant from Chelsea days. But in terms of us in Newcastle United, we didn't like it one bit. And I don't think Kevin Keegan did either. So there's loads of rumours going around about undermining Keegan and trying to tell Keegan what was what and everything else, which was unbelievable. A couple of major things for Dennis Wise. So the first one that really kind of pushed Keegan to the exit door, really, just prior to that, there was a gigantic one. So Keegan was trying to sign players, and he had a young Croatian midfielder, apparently, in a hotel in Newcastle. I think it was the Malmaison or something. And Dennis Wise had said, no, he's not good enough for the Premier League. He's too small. He's too weak. And he decided not to sanction the transfer. Who was that player, I hear you ask? That player was Luka Modric, who then got on the train, went down to Tottenham, and the rest is history that he's a Ballon d'Or winner. So job well done there, Dennis Wise. There was number one. Number two, he decided to bring in this weird Cockney gangster doorman type lock-stock character called Tony Jimenez, who was... All I remember of his football credibility or credentials was that he was a security guard, I think, maybe a steward or some shit at Chelsea. So he came in and had some kind of executive role in Newcastle United. And between the two of them, they decided to try and force a couple of players onto Kevin Keegan in the transfer window while sanctioning a transfer out or two transfers out of James Milner and Shay Given. So, yeah, they didn't go and do anything at all, did Dennis Wise. And he then forced a player who I'm just trying to get his first name so I can be exactly right. Yeah, well, I think it was Isco Gonzalez, and then there was Cisco, the famous miss-hitting Spanish striker, as you remember. So they somehow managed to force these players onto Kevin Keegan, even though Keegan said no, he wasn't interested. These were all based on YouTube clips. So YouTube clips assigned these two players just to kind of curry favour with some South American clubs. Keegan was pissed off. That was the final straw. And 4 days after these moves were sanctioned, Keegan left the club, to a massive uproar. We all remember the kickoffs. We all remember the bed sheets getting drawn on and everything else. The Cockney Mafia out. It was really boiling point, really. So absolutely shocking by Dennis Wise. There were some transfers that went through that were okay under Dennis Wise's tenure as part of the football club. Most notably Jonas Gutierrez and Fabrizio Corricini, also Kevin Nolan and Ryan Taylor over the wall before Trippier got there. So they weren't two bad moves, to be fair. But in all fairness, when Peter Lovenkrands you could throw in there as well. But in all fairness, I think Dennis Wise's time at the club was deemed as an utter disaster. It's safe to say. Just looking through the horror show there, basically, that he actually turned around and said as well, in all fairness, he said that I think working for Newcastle United had a negative impact on his career, is what he said to Dennis Wise. So, yeah, you had a negative impact on us too, Dennis. I must admit. It wasn't particularly great. And it was just a weird move overall. He had no real football now. So I think he managed Millwall, had an all right spell there. Then he went to Leeds. So he had no position to come into Newcastle United and tell Kevin Keegan what to do whatsoever, really. So a dreadful move, a dreadful appointment. Certainly a horror, certainly well well deserving of his place on the See You Next Tuesday list. And all of us Geordies despised Dennis Wise when he was there. He actually sued the club for unfair dismissal when he lost his job because he didn't think he deserved to lose his job. Newcastle fans, obviously, we were glad to see the back of him, but don't worry, Newcastle fans, there was a couple of our own who managed to get some revenge on Dennis Wise. These two wonderful bastards right here, because this little shithouse went into I'm a Celebrity in the 17th series. He lasted 18 days on the show, and I'm pretty sure that Ant and Dec loved every single minute of watching this little wank getting spiders poured on his head and all eating maggot dick or whatever the hell it was that they made him do on the show. So I'm sure the lads absolutely loved that. Probably quite a little word in the ear of the organisers and said, yeah, do you know what? Just make things really bad for Dennis Wise. So yes, Dennis Wise is number 11 or episode number 11 of the See You Next Tuesday list. I'm sure you guys will agree that he deserves to be there. Let us know in the comments below if you don't. If for whatever reason you think I'm being a bit harsh on Dennis Wise, I'm pretty sure most of the comments will disagree at that sentence and say he fully deserves his place on this list. So that's us done for another episode of the See You Next Tuesday. We hope you enjoy it. If you do, click subscribe, like the video, help the channel grow on YouTube. We're going to be back soon with some more horrors from the past while we're waiting for the next season of This Glorious Future to begin. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.